You are watching the Pat McAfee reaction.
Live, where we will have Pat McAfee in studio with Vince McMahon in the background as we do our show. But if you want to tune in and assume and subscribe, go ahead and do so. Because you know what? By the end of the show, I might buy an independent wrestling promotion.
So yeah, this is probably one of the only thumbnails I made. A very busy day. I've got
Yeah, but nah.
nah.
Nah. He's not bigger than Tony. No, he's bigger than Tony. Tony's gonna draw the views. All right.
See, I wanted this because Gigi was giving those looks of how you're supposed to be in the toxic lounge all night. and then Walter had to let an Uso know.
Yep. He had to let Roman know. He got to tell him, Oos. Tell him, Oos. Tell him your story. Tell him the story, Oos. Tell him you ain't want none of that smoke. That powerbomb was too much. He could have fucked me in that ring and I couldn't do anything about it after that powerbomb.
So we'll be back right after this.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey!
Oh,
Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Why?
welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am Lord Manny Hayes. He is
Johnny Five and I'm alive, but Marcus is grand finale.
I didn't know which one to go to. There was a sheer panic this time because I was trying to post this link to the mid-card mess at the same time. And I'm like, oh no, I ain't got enough time.
You need to lie and say this is the link to the Pat McAfee interview with Vince McMahon, which is probably doing gangbusters. Everybody's probably watching that. Not watching us. Ready to comment in the comments and be like, Vince, why you release these people? Or how are you dealing with Saudi Arabia? This Russia deal doesn't make sense. But you know what? Just like Vince McMahon, he's here to steal the thunder from Tony Khan, who announced that he purchased Ring of Honor.
Well, I got an ESPN alert not so long ago, actually. So 36 minutes ago, I got an ESPN alert saying WWE pulls content from Russia. WWE terminates broadcast deals and shuts down streaming. Why have you gone? Streaming network in Russia in wake of country's invasion of Ukraine. Again, innocent people are suffering because of this.
Suffering? Some people may say, like Levi or El Luchador or whoever is the AEW fan base, may say this is a blessing that they pulled this. Finally, they got this rubbish off TV. But I think that, some people are saying it's a bit hypocritical that they would pull their stuff out of Russia but do business with Saudi Arabia. How do you feel about that, Manny? Deep questions like that.
Ooh. I don't know. This is what I mean when I say I can't function because I've got the Pat McAfee thing up.
And I'm striving. I'm doing both. I'm talking. I'm having a full conversation. And you see how I
shout out to Maurice. He ain't watching no Pat McAfee show with Vince McMahon. He's watching your boys.
Yeah, he's watching your boys. And you know what? We're competing with you, Vince. We're competing with you. We're going at you, and we're going to announce victory in our demographic.
And you know what? Maurice is about it. I'm going full Trick Williams today. You never want to go full Trick, but I am going full Trick today.
Don't go full Trick. You'll be disgusted, and you realize that, damn, I'm a little bitch now, and I can't do anything about it.
I want to hope Trick Williams is loosely based off of Thirst Trapper Jones.
There's trouble going off. And just start talking shit, calling his daddy and mama a bootlicker and everything else, and run away.
Levi gets another demerit.
What? Pat McAfee is the reason I will watch WrestleMania. He's the best commentator in wrestling today. And you may argue and say, no, it's Excalibur. No, Excalibur's annoying. Pat McAfee has the energy and the excitement of any exuberant fan that wants to go to any show.
Maurice said, damn right, the Macs can wait. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you want that Shano mac and cheese at Big Boss Man Burger, I mean,
now it's fried chicken.
It's both. It's both, isn't it? It's both. It was both.
We also have Chinese food as well.
Yeah.
You can get stupid chow mein too. If you want, we do everything.
Make sure you check out the best of February. I put that out yesterday. It's doing quite well. Better than Tuesday show.
Which no one tuned in or bothered because it was raw. There was nothing really juicy in there. And again, man, you chose the wrong thumbnail. That's why you should have had Edge take out AJ Styles. That would have worked. Or, I mean, not that. You should have chose Becky and her checking her abs and lashes. It was the thing to click. Although I was going to Photoshop Cody's tattoo on her stomach, but I was too late. No, what is this? What is this? It's a nightmare. It's an American nightmare. It's an American nightmare. So, you know, I asked the question earlier, Manny. WWE, Russia, Saudi Arabia, all this stuff. Do you think they're being a bit hypocritical by pulling the stuff from Russia?
It is. It is, and someone on my Instagram raised a very good question, and I don't like delving deep on at this point in the show because we should really be focusing on what the title is so people get drawn in. But someone did bring up certain crises in other parts of the world that were going on that many people in the media didn't really cover as well as Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's all about that money.
Yeah, and I see it, but I don't want to delve too into it because I feel like I don't think there was going to be an all-out war, much like this one. Like I'm very much scared the way everyone's complaining about that. Talking about that because like all he has to do is press a button and we're fucked.
So. I agree it's a bit like them being hypocritical for what they're doing. And that, you know, I guess it's the situation that is what it is. It's like everybody's doing business with people in any corporation. And it is the corporate thing to do to pull stuff out of Russia right now. I believe HBO has done something, or not HBO, but
it's going too far, Marcus.
It's the Batman. The Batman is not coming out of Russia.
It's going too far. It's going too far.
I am going to war.
I saw a news article where they wanted to take away the internet. How do you take away the internet from an entire country?
That's fucked up. Again, who is that hurting? Who is that hurting?
You're hurting innocent people. You're not hurting Putin.
Who's like, I don't watch that shit anyway. I have a what is it? VPN. So I have my IP address. I'll be fine.
Your VPN ain't gonna work, Marcus, if your internet's not gonna work.
You know what? If the world ended because we cut off Vladimir Putin's internet and fuck with his Wi-Fi connections, he like, all right then, motherfuckers. You want to be like that? I don't have to know if I'm trending poorly, but it's the situation is very serious, and a lot of stuff people are doing is for marketing, including WWE. I understand it, but it's still like it's still just hurting people. All these sanctions, none of it's working. Let's just try to end this war. But you know what?
Shout out to Jamal in the chat. Hopefully he's doing some business with Marcus.
Yep.
And it's not our other show. It's not on our other show about men testing white powders with knives. But
no. This is all about
this is real shit.
About actual wrestling in the world instead of the stuff we do most of the time during this week and talk about WWE and AEW. So if the schedule works out, Jamal will have a show on this channel with me, and we'll be able to talk about the craziness of the world of professional wrestling, and not just the other stuff in professional wrestling. The larger than life. I'm gonna purchase people of professional wrestling. So
Yeah.
let's talk about Tony.
Yeah, let's just jump into Tony. I don't have a graphic for it. It happened on AEW Dynamite. Let's talk about it. Tony Khan has purchased Ring of Honor from Sinclair, I believe it's called. I don't know. I'm not American.
Go for it. Go for it.
And I was watching Cultaholic this morning, and the rumors are that they're going to use ROH as more of a developmental kind of place for some of the AEW talents, and then obviously the existing ROH talents to switch across is what the plan is. But I don't know if it's come out since, but there's no real talk about how much it cost. But it's looking around the 30 million mark, which
30
is
to 40
including
million.
Yeah, what was it? He's got the tape library.
Yep.
And then there was also a deal. I saw it in the mid-card mess. There was a deal about it potentially being they potentially have a deal with HBO Max, but that could be the next announcement they have coming soon.
Yeah. So when this announcement, with rumors rampant about what the announcement going to be, and I believe you even brought it to my attention, maybe something involving streaming and where they're going, and that's what I wanted. I wanted something more of that vein of a streaming service or the deal with HBO Max, in which if you have HBO Max, maybe you get to see some of the pay-per-views, or if you have HBO Max, you can go back and watch some past matches or something, or they put some of their footage of AEW on there, and that's what I actually wanted. I think it's a good purchase on their part, but I think they overspent for it. If it's 30 to 40 million, I don't think Ring of Honor is worth that much at its current state, and even with the tape library. Not to say that.
I think they're buying it for the potential. I think they're buying it for the potential because the tape library is worth more than what Ring of Honor is currently worth as a company.
Yeah,
because you can have the entire career, the early careers of Bryan Danielson, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, all of them, CM Punk. All of them, all your teenage years, your mid-20s, they're all there.
Yeah, but here's my issue. I understand where they're going, but hopefully they do get the streaming service, and they can put this content on there, because right now, if they don't ever get the streaming service, it's gonna be worthless, because they haven't shown that they're gonna do documentaries or anything. Like they haven't said we're going full WWE Network or anything.
The only problem they're going to have, it would easily be fixed, with the amount of licensed music that they've used for free on those Ring of Honor shows for entrance music. They're going to have to change.
Do you think Tony would do that, or he would use all the licensed music, like Final Countdown and
I think at that point he'd have to pay for Final Countdown
and everything else. Like, damn it, Tony! Like, But I was excited. The announcement was fine. I don't think it deserved the hype that Tony did. Like, he hyped it up like it was because Ring of Honor's dead. Ring of Honor's dead, and
that's
we all
because
knew
he killed it
last. Yeah, he killed it last. Him and Triple H together killed it. Because Triple H officially was still a Ring of Honor talent.
Yeah, but Triple H was stealing Ring of Honor talent, but people were still talking about Ring of Honor. The moment AEW came in, the mentions of Ring of Honor, unless you're Jamal, the mentions of it became less and less and less.
Yeah, it was it was the one that was fading into obscurity. Like Impact, GCW, the NWA, all were making news headlines and doing things, as Ring of Honor was falling out the consciousness of everybody. Like, you'd have no clue what was going on in Ring of Honor at the time. I mean, you knew, but it was not like, it wasn't the hot show, because they had lost the Bucks, they had lost Kenny, or their deal with Japan mostly.
They lost Cody.
They lost everything, and they weren't really like relevant. It was just like it was happening. They kept the Briscoes.
Do you think AEW should have done more leading up to this to support Ring of Honor? Because I don't think Ring of Honor would have been in this state had they had some partnership with Ring of Honor. Like given how much all of those people we just named had experience in Ring of Honor, do you think they should have done a little bit more? Like even just in the background?
No, why?
No, because I felt like this was kind of the case with. I feel like this should be the kind of the case. Like they could have silently done this and just kept Ring of Honor afloat. You know what I mean? And like not caused any problems. Like had people turn up here and there. Because now I always think this is the better way to do business. But well, hey.
I'm into murder, kill. But I feel like they didn't really need the Ring of Honor purchase. And I'm going with even, if WWE were to have bought Ring of Honor, which is rumors that they were in the pool for it, I would think the footage for WWE would be more valuable for them because they do already have the streaming service and they do have AJ Styles, and they are going to probably put Bryan Danielson in the Hall of Fame eventually, and have all that footage. And they have Kevin Owens and Seth. They could have used all that footage and be like, oh, it's the best of Tyler Black, originally Seth Rollins and stuff. So,
well, you never know. Like there was a report that WWE are working with AEW at something for some documentary purposes or something like that, wasn't there?
Yeah,
a few months ago. So like for specific wrestlers like AJ Styles, you could go to them and go, "Oh, could we have this bit of footage?" Because they did it with Impact before. Remember when they did the AJ Styles doc and a few others?
Yeah, but I don't see them working with AEW like that. I can see them saying, "Hey, you can have some of the guys come and talk on some of our stuff." But I don't see them going like, "Yo, can we borrow some of your Ring of Honor footage?" No, I don't think they're going to care anymore. I think they're done in the Ring of Honor business of just trying to get all that stuff. But this is truly the end. I don't think I'm sure they're going to do shows. They say it's going to be used as a developmental brand, but that's what AEW Dark is. I don't see Ring of Honor surviving outside the AEW library.
Yeah, and I'm just concerned the way they handle, the way they actually handle the continued work of Ring of Honor. Like I'd be very interested in what their plan is to do.
Yeah. But again, I just feel like this announcement wasn't as big as it should have been. Like I felt like this could have been done in a video package. You would have still got people excited. I didn't need TK looking like, as someone said, a geek in the ring. I think it was Levi giving this announcement and just being all hyped up. I think it was overhyped. And I think it's again pulled into the strategy of we must have a surprise every 2 weeks.
Can I ask you a question? Off topic about this. You own a wrestling company. You coming out dressed like this? He looked like he was wearing tracksuit bottoms as well.
I would want to be comfortable, but I wouldn't have done it like that. I would have said we have an announcement, and then I would just do a trailer for Ring of Honor or something. Quick video package of all the wrestlers that come from there, and then say Ring of Honor is that all elite. And I think you would have got the same response from a nice video package. I did appreciate the reference to Shane McMahon. I did like that.
I like that. That was fun.
It's not Shane coming out. I own it. I enjoyed that. What has been said in the chat?
There is a lot being said in the chat. Levi said All In killed Ring of Honor. Jamal said he still has Honor Club.
Whoa.
Jamal, can you answer a question of that? We briefly mentioned about the unlicensed music already, but I would have thought Honor Club would have sorted some of that out already. But if you could answer that question about Honor Club, if they've actually sorted out some of the music on that. Levi also said AEW should consider acquiring Fight TV for streaming. I mean I would. It's more global, if anything, and people know it a bit more.
Yeah, but it's gonna be. I think that's gonna be expensive. I don't know. I feel like Fight brings in a lot of revenue for whatever they bring out. Mm-hmm. They put out everything, whether it's MMA, wrestling, and whatever. They're kind of like the main source for all this. So I would charge a penny.
And then try getting GCW under their broadcasting rights. I don't know if GCW want that.
Yeah, but I would want them to AEW to concentrate your money Don't just start buying everything. Turn a profit first.
Manny, have you ever seen Bill Gates' fashion style? Yes, I have, but he doesn't look homeless.
He does.
No,
And
he doesn't look homeless, and he doesn't look
He's
like
trash.
he's like, hey guys, can I suck your dick for $5? He doesn't look like that.
I want to tell you this: most billionaires looks like pieces of shit. They dress down. Everybody dress horribly because you dress comfortable because you don't have to worry about what people say, what you wear, because you're rich, and then you don't want people to drag the attention. He don't have to come in no suit like Vince McMahon probably gonna show up on McAfee.
How loud did you have your speakers, Maurice, when I said that? Because there was a joke on Tuesday which I was supposed to do but didn't take.
Oh.
When I said Veer was gonna rock out, hit the bomb, and then
Oh yeah,
with my
It is
cock out,
cock
and I forgot
Yeah.
to do it.
Shout
So
out
we
to
move
Beer,
into
who's
the rest
funny.
of Dynamite.
Yes.
What? It's all
I didn't know-
about it.
I didn't know that was a question. I know you said so. We're gonna move to the rest of Dynamite. I didn't know it was a question, and I was
Okay,
like,
so
is this
I've had a
question?
very busy day today, so I haven't actually finished AEW Dynamite. I don't have any time to myself. I've missed probably the last 20 minutes, which Marcus is going to fill in the blanks. I will continue to have to work later after this show.
Damn. Both
So-
of us.
So my
Like
day
and
started at
subscribe
8:30.
so we can quit.
My day started at 8:30, and it's probably not going to finish till 10 o'clock at night.
Hey.
Doing one of those Marcus shifts.
Hey. Well, tonight my shift don't end until 1 a.m, so fuck that. And then I gotta wake up to go see the Batman.
Ooh, nice. So AEW Dynamite, the first match that kicks off after the Tony Khan announcement was Bryan Danielson versus Christopher Daniels. Why have I written
What made you
Danielson?
pause? What made you pause? You had to look at
In
the
my
down.
notes, in my notes I wrote Bryan Danielson versus Christopher Danielson, and I was like, why did I write that? Stress. Stress.
I like to say you looked at your notes and it was like Bryan Danielson versus some jobber. Oh, that was Christopher Daniels. How the mighty has fallen, but he's still an angel. But this was 20 years in the making, apparently.
I
So the
enjoyed
funny thing
it.
about it. Yeah, but I enjoyed that Tony Khan tried to sell us on that these two 20 years ago had a match that didn't have a finish, but therefore it's been eating at them for 20 years, and they're finally gonna have a finish to this match. I doubt it.
So,
Oh, where
for
those
me,
shoes
this had
he's
the.
wearing? I'm sorry,
Huh?
I got distracted by Vince. Vince has entered the Pat McAfee show.
Oh, he's wearing trainers.
Damn.
Hold on. Let's share the screen.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry, Christopher Daniels and Bryan Danielson. So
We won't share the audio. We'll just have it.
Are you really gonna do this? Is this
Maybe.
even illegal? Is this even
No.
illegal?
I don't think so. How long should we probably leave this on?
I say we take it off right now before someone's like, "Gah!"
Some illegal streaming.
I want to hear Vince cuss. That's all I want to do. But anyway, how are we
I got
gonna
a
do this?
feeling
You
of-
want to cover it?
If he says anything interesting, you bring it up. Have you got the audio?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
do
If he
both.
says anything interesting, you bring it up. We'll carry on with what's going on.
Okay.
I got a feeling of ECW One Night Stand with this match because it was a really good match, but like both of their movesets have changed significantly since they were in ROH.
Well, Christopher Daniels is 51 now, which shows you how young Bryan Danielson was. Because this was 20 years ago. He's what, like 38 now? I was like, he was 18, 19 or whatever when they had the match, maybe 20. Who knows? So it's insane how things have changed over the years. But I was happy to see Bryan Danielson kick his head in after the end of the match. I thought Daniel. I don't want to mix it. Christopher Daniels did fine in the match for 51-year-old. He still got some of his moves in with the springboard and stuff. It was
Did you
solid
call him
match.
Christopher Danielson as well?
Yeah, I was about to.
You
say
did.
Chris Danielson.
What do you mean you about? You did.
No, it was even gonna be worse. I was gonna call him Daniel Christopher.
Okay, first of all,
reverse
I need
his
to
name.
comment on what Vince is wearing. His shirt's too tight for him because he's bursting out of it. His trousers are too tight, but his guns are exploding through that suit jacket.
Manny, he's in WrestleMania shape. He's in WrestleMania
He
shape.
is. He's gonna fight somebody.
Yep, he's had a match.
But you know what? He doesn't look like a ghoul like he normally does. Like on
On Raw, he looks like
on Raw,
something
he
that
looks like
happened 10
he's
years ago.
about to die.
Yeah, on Raw, it looks like when he's sitting there, it's like, holy shit, this guy's still alive?
But I love the part where he stomps on his head. If it's like in Ring of Honor, we normally shake hands before and at the end of matches. But I'm not in Ring of Honor.
Yes. I wish he would have I like that line, but I also wish he would have shit on Ring of Honor as well.
Well,
it's like
Levi seems to
TK, you
think
on
doing
Ring
the
of Honor,
stomp
but I
was
left that
kind of
shit.
a death
Yeah. That was Ring of Honor, and Tony Khan's like, die, stay dead. With that being said, Bryan Danielson and then Mox comes out and they have their confrontation, which Renee tweeted, which was funny. I took him to the airport in this exact same outfit. He shows up to the arena in the exact same outfit. Like, gotta appreciate his simplicity.
How easy is it? You wouldn't even have to pack a bag.
No, he didn't have to do anything. He just showed up for that one segment and was out. So he probably just flew right back right after it. I do question AEW security though.
I mean,
like,
I question
they
every
come out for
security.
they come out for certain segments in all wrestling. They come out for certain segments, but Christopher Daniels was
Call him
getting his
CD.
fucking
You
head
call him
stuck.
CD.
Yeah. I would call it the fallen age. I don't know. He keeps getting his head stuffed in, and nothing actually no one actually comes out but Mox. It's like, but later in the show, everybody else getting beat. Security decides to come out and say one person is CM Punk the entire show.
You got to save an old man. Oh wait, Christopher Daniels is older than CM Punk.
Yep.
So what took up a large portion of Dynamite was the Casino Tag Team Battle Royale with the returning Top Flight. I can't remember the other brother's name. I'm just going to call him Martin. Is it Darius Martin?
Darius Martin, the blackest name in wrestling. Darius Martin.
He ain't the blackest name in wrestling.
Give me a blacker name in wrestling than Darius.
Leo Rush.
No, he's retired. He's retired that name.
B-Fab. Lash Legend.
I just mean straight up name. These are made up fictional superhero names. Darius Martin
Anthony.
could be working at any grocery store right now.
Draco Anthony.
Draco ain't no real name. I don't know any Dracos.
What are you talking about? Draco Anthony sounds like any black running back coming out of USC.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to be correct. Darius isn't the blackest name. Naomi is probably the blackest name in the wrestling.
Naomi.
Yeah, it's pretty black.
No.
Anyway, let's not sidetrack on the blackest names in the wrestling. Idris Endolphin may be the blackest name in the wrestling.
Yeah.
But so this match happens, and when the fuck did this become a Royal Rumble type rule match?
I don't understand why they did this 2 weeks in a row, but I even tried listing the names before I got fed up of doing it.
I think I can name them all. Bear Country, because they were in there for 2 seconds. The Ass Boys, the Young Bucks, Red Dragon, Dark Order.
Red Dragon
Best
wasn't
Friends.
in because they won. They won last week,
right.
so they wasn't in.
Damn it, you're right. They just showed up. You're right. The Acclaim. I think that was it.
No, so you've also missed out FTR, Top Flight, the Dark Order, the Butcher and the Blade. This is where I got up to and I got fed up, and that's the start of the match.
I was like 20 tag teams talking about, yeah, I got it. You named 4. Yeah, that's about right. I named the WWE limit of tag teams, which is 4. That's
So,
all I did.
The match was won with the Bucks eliminating Darius. Was it that? It's Darius, right?
Yeah.
Darius Martin from Top Flight, and then the boys congratulate each other.
Yeah. Red Dragon helped them and they won, and they could have just did this in the last week. I don't know why we got it back-to-back weeks. I wasn't a fan of this match to probably the end when it was just Darius versus the Bucks, and they were going back and forth in all these close eliminations. Because I thought for a minute that Top Flight might get it because Darius returned, but then the Bucks got it and it was it was fine. It was a long portion of the show though. I don't think we should do back-to-back battle royals like this or back-to-back.
Today I actually am glad this was on because I obviously how I watch things at times too. Mm-hmm. This was on times 4, so I got for a large portion of the show quite quickly. So this is the part that confuses me, Marcus. Who are these people Jericho is claiming in wrestling that are buzzing that Jericho versus Eddie Kingston is going to happen?
I'm sure it's Jericho, his wife, and Eddie Kingston.
I don't think Eddie Kingston cares as much.
Yeah. Jericho's lame. He did this interview, and I was like, this interview means nothing. And he's trying to get, GFY or whatever it is, catchphrase over.
He's still doing it, and it feels forced. Levi also says he has a white niece named Naomi, so you fail.
Damn! Damn! Damn it.
Jericho also states he finds it difficult to relate to Eddie because he isn't a big star. If he beats him because Eddie doesn't have what it takes to get over his fear of success, which I just thought was really dumb.
Yeah, I don't want to see this match. I feel like it's two people well past their prime. Mostly Jericho. Kingston's about in his prime. Technically, it's been the same routine for him for years. So
Levi, I really, if I say I don't like something, I feel like you immediately like the opposite thing. I feel like this is what happens on this show. Mm-hmm. Last week he complained that we didn't put Lash Legend on the thumbnail. She didn't go viral last week. I don't think I recall anyone talking about Lash Legend last week. Let alone do I believe anyone was talking about Lash Legend this week.
Well, you had a chance to put Lash Legend on this week. Yeah. I mean, you chose right with Tony Khan, who, reflects the audience of everybody we're talking about here. Everybody's Tony Khan eventually. I feel like I'm Tony Khan if I was in the ring and I'd be like, hey, guy, you have rapping about it. But I'm not interested. I feel like the Revolution card is a little overloaded. I would have cut the Eddie Kingston and Jericho match off, but I guess Jericho has to get on the card.
I would honestly put this at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. This and Jay
actually no wait, you need to put something fire at the start of the show to keep you to go like, yeah, this is the pace.
Oh, pre-show. Yeah, I'll start with triple threat match. No, the pre-show is Statlander and Layla Hirsch, who got
I'm invested in that. I'm invested in that.
Yeah, it's on the pre-show. And I'm going like, why did they get a video package for a pre-show match? And I could be wrong. Maybe everybody has a story and everybody get an opportunity. But I just feel like Statlander's in the wrong, and there was nothing she could have said that Layla Hirsch would have been like, she's in the right, because she said, I wish your parents gave you up for a good reason. Once you say that, you're a bad person. You're Marcus, a bad person.
She doubled down this week.
Yeah.
I stand by what I said. Also, point proven. Point proven. So we get to the segment which most people are talking about, which is CM Punk, who he questions the term, am I a bad guy?
Manny, do you wake up every morning, look in the mirror to say, am I the bad guy today?
No. I stand by every decision I make most days.
I feel like that's very dramatic to go to that every day. Am I being a bad guy? What did you do yesterday? What did you do yesterday?
Marcus, when I go to sleep, whatever I've done, I've convinced myself I've done God's work.
I can imagine.
I believe I'm like Miro.
Yeah. You're more Miro than CM Punk in the morning. I believe every morning AJ Lee is knocking the door. Are you done in there? Or you decided to say you're a good guy or a bad guy? Well, I'm in the middle of this.
Do you think Damian Priest has this problem?
I'm sure a few people. But CM Punk had no right. He had no right to question MJF if he's a good person or a bad person, considering that he rolled off all the shit he did, and mostly his WWE run, right?
Yeah. So he listed the first part. I can't remember who he did. He referenced the pouring alcohol down in an alcoholic's mouth. I can't remember that one because I also thought that was Jeff. But
I put that to Jeff.
But he said, because the last thing he said was about Jeff, where he ridiculed him about his vices, and then eventually he lost a job. That was Jeff Hardy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
they
then,
may have both been Jeff, but I think one of them may have been one of the Ring of Honor feuds he had.
Maybe. And then the middle one was The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I mean, those are dastardly
throwing the ashes onto throwing your friend's manager ashes on somebody. It's probably the darkest thing you can do. MJF has only used words. He's only used words.
Marcus, but would you do it?
Okay.
But would you do it?
Huh?
But would you do it?
I would. I'm petty. I'm petty as fuck. I'm petty as fuck, and I know I couldn't help myself. And Levi confirmed it was Raven in the Raven feud back in the Ring of Honor. Okay. I assumed it was that. Yeah. But, he did it to Jeff as well, I believe.
Marcus, first, what I would do, I would get our knife, which I believe we need to get custom knives for this show.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Dip it into said taste that powder. And then throw it back.
No. You had the wrong reaction after you taste it, man, and you got to go, ooh, yeah! And then toss it on them.
Marcus, we're bad people. Marcus, we are bad people.
We're a bad team. We're a heel tag team. I'm going to look in the mirror today and realize, yep, I am being the bad guy. Oh. But of all the despicable things CM Punk's done, I want to also add CM Punk singing happy birthday to young Aaliyah before she was dating Buddy Murphy. Only like 5 years before she was dating Buddy Murphy. Happy birthday in Rey Mysterio. Just despicable. So yes, he is the bad guy. And he deserves to get kicked in the nuts.
He believes MJF had courage last week, but thinks MJF isn't lying, but questions his sincerity. Punk goes on yada, 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 goes to shake his hand. He goes in for a hug and then gets the dirtiest kick in the nuts because that lingered. That was like... and then he rips off his shirt and then it has the picture. And he proceeds to beat up Punk, bloodies him, and then they hang him.
Okay, Manny, but what if, what would have been the plan for MJF if CM Punk said, didn't have anything to say this week? If it wasn't a segment going like, because previous week, he had no clue CM Punk would come out the next week and say, I have something to say. This week, what if CM Punk was like, I guess he, was emotional this week.
You got to believe that CM Punk was going to be backstage. First off. So if he didn't go to the ring and do that, I'm beating him up backstage.
He's like, I don't have time for this segment. Oh, damn, he didn't do a segment or he didn't talk? I guess we're just going to beat him off camera.
No, because you start beating him up, they're going to make it a segment. So you're going to make television anyway.
All right, so we got a hanging and a blading and some cuts and stuff. And, so he got beat to a bloody pulp. And I would sell the shirt with the blood marks over MJF face.
Yeah, that would be smart.
Shirt. I would sell that shirt.
I don't know, though. Shirt. Would you want to buy a shirt with a young boy on it with blood on it?
I own like 2 of those already. No.
One?
I would.
One?
Yeah, but who gets? Oh,
Is it Dominic? Why do you have Dominic shirts?
I have Dominic bloodied. I have Dominic get powerbombed out the ring. I have Dominic hanging over a cage over a ring.
Maurice agrees with you.
Yep.
That shirt would look hard.
It was a cool looking shirt when he had blood on it. And then he came back later in the night and he slapped Wardlow. I don't know if you want to throw this all in the conversation. I would have had it. I love the pause. Wait a minute. It does have a little boy face covered in blood. But I'm buying the shirt in support of that little boy who is now evil, I guess. I think they have to split the river.
Turn into Satan. He turned into Satan, Marcus.
He turned into Satan.
You got to support Satan.
The greatest trick the devil played is proving that he never existed. And I am the devil. Quoted 2 movies right there. Batman Begins and Usual Suspect.
So I like the way AEW are getting past the whole Keith Lee speaking slow, is by having him interrupted each time. But greetings and salutations, Keith Lee.
I was happy it happened, and Keith Lee was in a low turn short. Keith Lee was threatened. You better not show up on Rampage Friday.
He got a tune-up match, and then I found this really funny when it happened. So he went, "You're in Stark's country now," and then Will Hobbs comes and was like, "And I'm the president." I was like, "Why would you be a president of a place you're not?"
Yeah, how was he? I'm so confused, but you know what? I accepted it. I was going like, wait, if he's the president, then it's your country then at this point. It's not his country. Did you name your country Starks after him? What is going on between you two? That this is the relationship you have, in which he's your bodyguard, but / the ruler of your life. So Hobbs comes in and he threatens Lee, and looks like we're going to have a good old-fashioned fight between him at some point.
And then we get Mercedes Martinez and Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. I have nothing good to say about this match.
I was going to say the same thing. My main thing about to say this, for the love of God, can someone get Jamie Hayter some new tights? Some new tights. No one should have to wear these tights this much.
I think there's enough. I think there's enough of us in here that there's 5 plus me and you, so that makes 7. If we started a GoFundMe and just threw some money there, we could probably get enough to get our new tights.
Yeah, because no one has wrestled in their original tights more than her. Like Hulk Hogan's yellow trunks and yellow boots and red knee pads are about to be surpassed by Jamie Hayter as much as she wrestled in those Rey Mysterio tights.
Yeah. I wrote in the notes, this goes as expected.
Well, Baker took the pin, but you know, I'm going to say Baker may have been the worst wrestler in the match. I still believe any of her super kicks, they're so slow as they miss.
There's no speed to her. There is actually no speed to her.
Normally I criticize Jamie Hayter in this, but you know, I feel like she had no speed, and Jim Ross alluding that Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez maybe alluding to a tag team. Man, I don't know why I was watching this and I was going, don't they have tag team champions in AEW, or did that just not happen ever?
No, they don't have women's tag team champions.
Yeah, they just had the tournament, right?
Yeah.
With Diamante and Ivelisse and stuff. And
Ivelisse doesn't exist anymore. Thunder Rosa got rid of her.
So here's my question. Whatever came of that tournament? I don't remember any of it.
They got medals. They got medals. I remember that. They got medals and they look stupid.
I was trying to doing this whole match when Jim Ross was like, they should be coming for a tag team. I was like, damn, I don't remember. Are they tag team champions or not? If they are, I can't remember who it is. And
I mean, no one cares about women's tag team champions in any place. NXT.
Whoa.
Go on.
You are disrespecting Impact Wrestling, where the inspiration is the
I'm sorry,
women's
Marcus.
tag team champion.
I don't watch Impact Wrestling.
You're a bigot. You're a bigot.
She says the person that was racist on Tuesdays.
What did I do racist on Tuesday?
Used a Asian stereotype against me. In your face.
Oh, yeah. Damn, you did. That's
Go
back at
watch
me.
Tuesday show to find out which Asian stereotype
Well,
you
hold
used
on.
against me.
Hold on, Manny. But that day after the show, I looked in the mirror and I said, am I the bad guy or am I the good guy? And I told myself I'm trying to be the good guy, which is also telling me I'm a really bad person. I have to say, I'm really trying, Lord.
Then
you
the
hog up
quote.
bathroom a lot.
Then the quote of the night, Marcus. Nobody cares about that karate shit.
Yeah, nobody care.
She didn't need to say anything else. That was the best line ever.
Yeah, nobody care about that karate shit. Don't touch hair or don't touch anything on green hair. Like, but I didn't realize this was going to be added to the pay-per-view, and I'm like, this could be cut. You don't need it. This pay-per-view seems long. They were going over the match cards, like 20 matches.
I feel like
it's just too many.
They're gonna play service to Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti's little relationship and give her the title. I have a feeling this is gonna happen.
You think so? She's gonna be Jade Cargill? I don't think so.
I think so.
She got no momentum. No, I will not allow it. I will not allow it.
I wouldn't want to see it.
Not allow it.
I wouldn't want to see it, but I feel like it's gonna happen.
I'm not even the biggest fan of Jade Cargill, but I don't want to see her lose to Ty Conti, who I believe is below mid card at best.
Yeah, but she's dating one of the pillars.
Fuck the pillars. There's only one. No, that pillar is the worst pillar. He's the if he was a pillar, it'd be on a table. Let's say if it was a four-legged table, he'd be the one that's always wobbling. All right, he'd be the part. He's the reason the table wobbles. Darby Allin's solid. MJF solid.
Darby Allin, if you're talking about tables like that, Darby Allin's the one that always gets hit by something, so there's scuff marks on it.
Yeah. The beat up end of the table. He's the beat up end of the table. Sammy Guevara's that leg that's just shaky. I can't stand it. He's not my cup of tea. And then when he came out and did the card thing, I'm like, this is so lame. You do this every show.
That is so old now. I feel like it's got old, much like we talked about picture in picture, because that was probably picture in picture on TNT, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like picture in picture doesn't need to happen anymore. We're not missing anything at this point.
I think they're really afraid that people will turn away. I feel like if you can't go to commercial and you're not confident to go to commercial for both shows, this happens on SmackDown and Raw as well, and NXT. If you're confident that people are going to turn away because you went to commercial, your show isn't compelling enough.
And then we get Wardlow versus Cesar Bononi.
Big guy.
Huh?
Big guy. Cesar Bononi, big dude.
But a waste of talent. A waste of space. A waste of a roster spot.
Former NXT talent, for now on AEW, who's been there for a while on Dark and everything, just to take jobs. And Wardlow whooped his ass and gave him 3 or 4 impressive powerbombs.
Yeah, and then stops the chairman from striking, and then Sean Spears tries to square up to him, and then backs off like a little pussy.
Yeah, I still thought he was gonna do it. I thought he was gonna grab the chair and hit him anyway. What do you think of the Powerbomb Symphony? I don't like the name of this. I feel like it's too long of a name.
I like it only because it reminds me of when Sid powerbombs Shawn Michaels every time. Like when Sid powerbombed Shawn Michaels like 6 times on Monday Night Raw, and then they acted like he killed Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of the name. I like what he does, but I don't like the name Symphony.
I like Wardlow, but there's too much talent on AEW that I feel like there's a ceiling to him now.
They're not putting him in there with Adam Cole.
They won't. And then MJF in the back says he can keep the TNT title if he wins the Face of the Revolution match. And then they square. That's where I stopped. I haven't actually seen any more further than that.
Damn, so I gotta do the rest of the show.
Yeah, you got like 20 minutes.
All right. So the House of Black comes out there. They're talking their jive.
Jive. Marcus, just because they were in Noir or black and white during this scene. You cannot
No,
say
they were in color. They were in color.
No, they were in black and
They
white.
were in color. They were in color.
Were they?
Because I've noticed Buddy's hair. They were in color. So it was just very dark. And then they came in, they all said their lies. And I want to sue them now, Manny.
Why? Because
long ago, for the Disman's book, the AEW Big Time Players, Things Are Changing, or the other one, I forget the name of them. Sorry. But me and Eric invented a tag team for his book called The House. They were the House. It was Blackjack and Pie Gal, and their catchphrase was "The House always wins." The House of Black has been using that, still taking from black people. They can't be king of the Black Thrones because we're the king of the Black Throne. I believe sue your ass.
I believe in the pre-releases notes that I've been receiving from the Disman. In chapter 3 or book 3 of
book 3 isn't out yet. Ooh.
It isn't out yet, but he's bringing in the character Lord Manny Hayes, which I believe is supposed to be managing the house.
This is bullshit. We've been ripped off. We're not. We announced we're king of the Black Throne. They announced they're king of the Black Throne. We create the house, and they always wins. They say the house always wins. They bring in the buddy. We bring in our buddy Manny. Therefore, we are being ripped off. And yes, Manny was originally from Australia. I'm just saying.
I mean, Britain has their flag on Australia. It still counts. You know how cold that is?
What?
My flag is on their flag.
Yeah, they gotta do something about that. And you know what? Until I go to Australia and I teach them how to throw the tea in the water, that's gonna stay on there. We're throwing the tea in the water. You're no longer gonna harass them with your queen, Manny.
Marcus, if you ever come here, you're drinking tea as I want it.
Oh, I want tea and crumpets. I want to eat some tea, eat some fish and chips. I'm gonna be full British. I'll walk around with the British Bulldog theme song going around.
People, you get punched.
And then I'm walking around with bulldogs, and I'm gonna have cornrows like the bulldog.
You'd fit in North and South London.
Union Jack pants. Union Jack pants and everything.
You're fitting in East London. I don't think you'd fit in West London.
I don't even know the difference. I don't know. You sent me that video and I was going like, I guess.
Marcus, I can't actually say what about that video, so I'll have to explain that to you off air.
Oh, okay.
And then we get to the main event.
Yes, the main event involving 6-man trios match, including the All Elite era, or whatever they want to be known as, against Hangman Page and his idiot friends, the Dark Order. Solid match, good match. It ends with the one of the Allen Angels getting knocked out by Adam Cole for the win, and then the show ends with another tying somebody up on the ropes, taping them up, and super kicking them immediately without saying anything, and bludgeoning and putting the title and say hold it. It was almost the exact same ending as CM Punk and MJF, except for security they tried to save him. Although what I do
was it just
No, it was just Undisputed Era.
Okay.
The Red Dragon Boys or whatever they call themselves. And they beat him up, and he said he's going to be champion. He never got on the microphone, but he was yelling into the camera. But it was inaudible because Jim Ross was doing the credits of the show. What a miserable night of Elite Wrestling. As Adam Cole was talking, that was like, all right, see you next week. And Adam Cole was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. That's how the show would end. But I'm going to say solid Dynamite, overhyped announcement. They tried to build up Revolution, but all I got from Revolution was way too many matches.
Yeah, but like
only like 4 or 5.
No, but like we always say, the build to AEW pay-per-views are never that good. It's what you receive on the pay-per-view that is normally good. It's just too long.
It reminds me of Impact, in which the weekly show is trash. But when you get a pay-per-view with the matches and they finally together, you're like, they're delivered. It's like, oh, this is great. This is what I want to see. But the twists and turns you take to get there, what was I gonna say?
You just had a brain fart.
Yeah, I was kind of listening to Pat and Vince a little bit.
I'm surprised they haven't started fighting.
No, that's at the end. The show is going to end in 5 minutes, Eddie. They have 5 minutes left of the show, and I believe Vince McMahon is going to attack Pat McAfee. He's going to do a tope suicida over his announce table and leave him bloodied and bludgeoned.
Okay, let's move over to NXT. It kicks off with Bron Breakker and Tommaso Ciampa versus the Dirty Dogs. Tommaso's wearing a doublet. A singlet for normal folk.
But doublet in this community.
A doublet for Eric. The match was really good. The Dirty Dogs made at least Bron Breakker look like a superstar.
Yeah. I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the energy of the match. It had this big fight feel. I probably should have closed the show. Although I enjoyed the main event as well. I was just, but it was solid match. Set up still orchestrate this feud, this love triangle for the title between Breakker, Ziggler, and Ciampa, main roster Ciampa, as I like to call him. So, really good match. Bobby Roode, I thought was gonna win.
The spear, Bron's spear, is getting better and better.
Yeah,
depending on who's taking it, because you notice it. Like, I don't know if they're adding a sound effect when Becky got whipped this week by Bianca, but but the spear just feels like it hurts more. Much like who else had a spear like that? For me, my Bobby Lashley spear is still my favorite spear. It's the roll, man. The roll.
No, he does that pretty pirouette now lay bullshit at the end that takes it away. Him and Moose both do that flip shit. I just want you to drive right through somebody. My favorite spears of all time, probably Goldberg, the original Goldberg spear, where he just would kill you. And be like, oh my God. And it might be Bron Breakker's. Edge had a pretty good spear too, but it's not.
It's not the same anymore.
No, it's not this. It's not this. This has intensity, explosive. This looked like he tried to kill a motherfucker from football.
Yeah, and then later on in the night, Dolph and Ciampa argue about who's the number one contender as further tension grows between Ciampa and Breakker.
Yes.
No.
I'm
gonna get to the quick hits, unless you want to talk a bit more about this.
No, go for it.
LA Knight goes down a history between Grace and Waller, and sets up a last man standing match between the two next week, which Grayson accepts.
Why? He's gonna die. Actually, he's gonna win. Sanga's gonna get involved and just throw him through a wall.
Brooks and Jensen have a little run-in with Elektra Lopez, because no one talks about Elektra Lopez like that except, I believe, Roland or someone in the mid-card mess.
But the big story from this one is that you learned that what's his name? What's the Boo Boo Cat's son? He ain't never had relations with a woman before. That's what you learned from this segment. And I understand his upbringing, being the son of Boo Boo Cannon from the Right to Censors. You can understand how he got into that situation. Sex is the devil.
And Ivy now is still mad at Tatum Paxley or Peyton or whatever the surname is.
No respect. No respect.
You don't disrespect Ivy now like that.
Well, she was trying to make it up to her. She was trying to let's team up. Let's come on. We got another go. Ivy was like, fuck that. I'm Diamond Mine, bitch. Gangster.
And then where do you stand on this? Saray was showing off her diamond, her necklace before she gets attacked by Daddy Girl when she refuses to take one of Daddy Girl's necklaces. Whose side are you on?
I'm on Saray's side because she was doing nothing wrong, Manny. She did nothing wrong. She was just over there saying this is my bling. This turns me into a magical person. I'm invincible. This is dope. I like this. This is my one piece of ice. And Lash Legend went, that's a piece of shit. And she came over there with full smoke.
That wasn't even Lash Legend. It was
Daddy's girl. What's her name? Lash Legend too.
no one knows.
I forgot her name. Wendy Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton. Damn. How the mighty have fallen. So she came over there with all her drama and shit. And was upset that she didn't want one of her cheap ass Daddy chains. Although I did feel like there should have been a chain snatch at the end of after the fight, snatch the chain and leave it on the ground.
Yeah, I would take the side of Daddy's girl. If I get you a gift and you say no, or if I decide to give you something of mine,
she didn't give her anything.
She said I will give you. She said I will give you one of mine.
I will give you. Yeah. I will give you. No.
You just say yeah, and then you say bitch, move on. No, she had to just full on disrespect her and go no. She deserved what she got. And I'll take that power of the sun.
Daddy.
I'll take that power of the sun. Daddy. I'll take the power of the sun too.
I would love for that to be the storyline. Is that Tiffany Stratton takes the power of the sun and uses it for evil. And Saray has to get it back to bring the power, the balance back to the universe. Otherwise, the world would be destroyed.
Marcus, we can't stop wanting Avatar to happen. Because I said the exact same a few weeks ago when I wanted Dakota Kai to chain snatch it from her.
Yeah.
Then we have Tony D lurking around the docks looking for an opportunity, and he has eyes on a big fish at Stand and Deliver.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. I don't know what he's gonna be chasing for at Stand and Deliver. What's a big fish?
I think it's the ladder match that Carmelo Hayes talked about at the end of the night.
Oh,
I think that's what it is. Persia Pirotta, Indy Hartwell versus Dakota Kai and Wendy Chu. Persia and Indy seem distracted by their love square before this match, and then Wendy Chu and Dakota advance after looking like they've been tagging together for years.
Yeah. Manny, let me, because she's been communicating with her friend. Let me tell you something, brother. How dare you? You need to apologize to me and to that tag team, because you said they're not getting out the first round. When I told you they're going the distance in the Dusty Cup, they're going the distance.
Of all things to challenge me on this.
Yes, I'm challenging you on this. How dare you disrespect Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai?
Okay.
But I do.
Okay, I understand that. I apologize.
You underestimated the power of comfortable. That's what that was. Comfort.
We talked about the combo we got from Seth and Kevin on Raw.
Yeah.
How about Big Boot, Vader Splash, and then Coup de Grace?
Big Boot, Vader Splash, and Coup de Grace. Yeah. I don't even know how to comment on this.
It was good.
Yeah.
Then we get, I believe, what was probably Levi, if he's still in the chat, favorite segment: Lash Legend versus Amari Miller. Michael, I didn't just enjoy this at all.
You know, I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought this was the best Lash Legend match I've ever seen in my life. That's all I'm going to say at that. And it's very minimalistic worth.
You know when you brush your teeth at night, thinking, "Oh, I've brushed away the dirty from last week," which was
last week.
This is Jay Cargill and the Bunny. Just brush it away.
Oh, okay.
And then you get this taste come back. It's like, oh no, it's back.
It's back. Oh, God,
this was this. But I will give credit where credit is due. Lash Legend's finisher does look good.
Yeah. So yeah. Right now, I'm gonna say Lash Legend and Amari Miller will have a better match than Jay Cargill and Ty Conti this Sunday.
You think Tay Conti is gonna have a better match than this match right now?
No. I have Lash Legend and Amari Miller having the better match, and they're only gonna win because it's gonna be shorter. That's the only reason it's better. Ty Conti and Jay is gonna go too long.
She calls out Nikita Lyons at the end of the match. Says everyone should have been focusing on her last week, and she's the new bitch superstar. She got a red X right after that. I can't have any more people doing this.
Call themselves bitches?
Yeah.
Is that like, yeah, it's a new thing apparently in the rest of
I feel like women should have self-respect for themselves.
Yeah. I agree. I'm done with the bitches. Jay Cargill was yelling, I'm that bitch. at the end of the show, and I'm like,
everyone's doing it.
yeah. What do you think? I know this was a story that was out there. Big Smoke came out and said Cody was the savior of black women because he was the only one to talk to us. I was like, I don't know how to unfold that story.
Yeah, but how many were there? Like 3 at the time?
Well, it was her. It was Jade, Swole,
Cargill and his wife.
Yeah. So yeah, he talked to all the black women.
Nikita
Now that he's
responds
gone,
later
I
in
don't
the
know what black women are gonna do without Cody.
night. Nikita responds later in the night. Lash Legend should bring back Lashing Out, and they can deal with this face to face. Marcus, I don't want to watch this feud. I don't want to watch this feud.
This is meat on meat, Manny. This is big meat on meat.
Lash Legend ain't got
I
need
need this.
Lash Legend is less meat than
Lash Legend's a giant.
She's a giant, but she ain't thick.
She's pretty thick.
Nah. She does look like she can hurt you. Like literally.
They seem like I will hope that this does not turn into a wrestling match and that they decide to team up. Imagine this team in a Dusty Classic. Levi would have had a stroke.
So we get to Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. I've never heard anything so harder than they call you the street champion of the island. Well, good. That's good for you. Tonight you will face a professional, and I will make you the shame of the island.
Yes.
I will chop those tribal tattoos and replace them with much needed respect.
Yes.
He damn well murdered a young Uso, but he made him a man today. He made him a man.
Yep. You tell him that Walter did the team. You tell Roman. You tell made him been Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso. Nobody's been Jimmy. You tell them all. You tell them all that Walter did it. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. And full Booker T's from home coming for you. N-word.
If Walter chopped Jimmy, Walter would chop him into a DUI.
No, he'll chop him till he's sober. For real. He's like, well, I'm straightening up my life now.
Then we have Harlan versus Draco Anthony. I was surprised by this match. I thought it was going to be worse than it actually was.
It was okay. I'm shocked that Draco isn't. I feel like I hope he joins forces with him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I feel like Draco could be more than Mr. Fatigue Pants and Great Physique because he's just that's what he is right now. He doesn't really do anything. He doesn't say anything, and I think joining them would be something unique to their group. It'd be very woke of them to add a black guy.
Which was the awkward hug, which was weird. And then we got Raquel Gonzalez and Cora Jade versus Yulisa Leon and Valentina Feroz, aka Bird Lady and Friend.
Yeah.
They really hyped up the Bird Lady and the Friend in commentary.
Yeah.
For
Hold
no
on.
reason.
Manny, before we go further in this match, I gotta ask you something. I haven't asked it a long time because Ray Phoenix has been gone with his broken arm and stuff. But Manny, how about that dive?
Which one?
How about that dive?
Which one?
When she threw Bird Lady in the air, she flew like 20 feet in the air.
It was
And I was
impressive, Marcus.
worried.
Of course it was
And I
impressive.
was worried. I was like, Raquel, you better catch her. You better catch her, Raquel. She's gonna die. Oh God! Now she went up so high, and I was like, "Holy shit!" That was one of the best looking dives I've seen in beauty because the height was ridiculous. Although Dante Martin can jump up that high without someone pushing somebody, but seeing her just fly up there, I was like, "Damn!" They look like a good press-up tag team, but they got the work from Cora Jade and Raquel.
Then we get Andre Chase versus Von Wagner.
My favorite match of the night. Just seeing Von Wagner stump.
Von Wagner is the most forgettable of the new breed of 2.0.
He's falling. I feel like everybody's passed him up. Andre Chase and Braun Breaker, Carmelo and Trick. All these people I feel like are always mentioned, but I forgot about Von Wagner. And then when he came out with I was like, oh yeah, they do have a thing going right now. I really forgot.
Yeah, and then I don't remember the end of this match.
Oh, I don't know what he said. Something happened because Vince McMahon said, "I don't do bullshit."
I'm gonna have to. I need to rewatch.
Yeah, I'm about to rewatch this.
I've got work tonight as well. So
according to the thing, it's over 80,000 people watching this right now on YouTube. It's like, oh,
Jesus.
Yep.
We have 5.
Woo!
So we get Pete Dunne versus Carmelo Hayes.
So what you're saying is we won our demographic. We won in our usual fans.
Pete Dunne versus Carmelo Hayes. This was an incredible match. I really enjoyed this match.
Yep. Melo don't miss, man. Melo don't miss.
Melo's been hitting, man. Melo's been hitting every time.
Yep. And I don't know who's gonna beat him, and I don't know what they're really gonna do with Pete Dunne at this point. I feel like he's in a limbo, which he can't be NXT champion, he can't be North American champion. He's kind of just there.
He needs to be moved up as well, and they need to find something for him to do.
If Randy's hurt, Stallion Pete.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes. It calls out, says he's at Standard and Delivered it. He's going to put this up on as a ladder match, which I feel like could be a way to take the title off him and then move him over to the main roster.
I don't think so. If they're taking the title off of him, it's so he can go compete with Breaker for that title. That would be the main reason to do that. Yeah, but that was the show. If you remember, we were wondering where Roderick Strong was.
Yeah.
NXT UK.
You know, I got an email on Monday, and I didn't check my email till today if I wanted to go.
Oh, what? Hey.
And I still could have got a ticket. I think I still could have got a ticket for today's one because they're taping again today. But I was like, I can't be. I don't have time to do this.
So that's the title match, right? It's Brandon Frazier. What's his name? Nathan Frazier versus Ilya Dragunov for the title, formerly known as Ben Carter, the AEW talent that WWE swooped in and took right in the beginning of this war. And they're fighting for the title. It should be a good match.
Yeah, it should be. And I intend to watch that later.
Yep.
Once I've finished work.
Oh
boy!
I am gonna do it at work. Ding.
So I enjoyed NXT, but I think I did enjoy it. I enjoyed NXT more than I did Dynamite. I haven't actually finished Dynamite, so I can't say I enjoyed Dynamite.
I thought Dynamite started with the Ring of Honor purchase, had a solid match. The Battle Royal was just too much in the middle, and then it just did some tag matches and stuff at the end. It didn't matter. So I'm going to get the nod to NXT.
Yeah.
And as the winner of the week so far, I don't think SmackDown can beat them. I don't think.
Yeah, I think SmackDown might phone it in this week.
Well, it's pretty good what happens with Vince and McAfee right now. What's going to happen on SmackDown?
And I'm having trouble waiting for Raw to sort its shit out and get Kevin Owens and Steve Austin. So I don't want to have to re-edit what I have done for Raw's Retro.
You're gonna have to re-edit. They may not even do the Steve Austin thing.
No, but if they do, Marcus, where should I say? I could film on site and go. This episode, this was recorded. Maybe I'll do it while swinging on a swing.
This was recorded 2 weeks before the actual feud, so we were completely wrong this entire time.
So, what's the best
the chat? Where's beer? That should be the first question for Vince. Where's beer?
So I was talking to the best of to the missus,
mm-hmm.
and in one of those clips is the clip where Norman Smiley asked me if he could call me daddy.
Yes, still made me laugh when I have it.
I haven't heard this girl laugh like that forever. I believe I'm quite a funny guy. I've never seen her laugh like that. I've never seen her laugh like that.
Can I call you daddy? And you said no. Disrespect.
No, do you know what the
and you were criticizing Saray for not accepting the change, accepting the change from Tiffany Stratton, but yet you are going to refuse someone who wants to call you daddy and say, no, you can't do that. You need to go look in that mirror, Manny, and realize you are a bad person. You're the bad guy today.
Do you know what I missed? I missed a trick in that. Because there was a really obvious joke in that, and we didn't even take it. I said no, and I should have paused. I was like, send me a DM later. That would have been funnier.
No, because you would have really got that DM.
No, I don't think so.
You're gonna get.
How's he gonna find?
You would have got a dick pic. You would have got a dick pic.
Unsolicited. Apparently, you can go to prison for unsolicited dick pics now. So stop sending them, Marcus. Stop sending them to me.
Come on. This dick has to be seen. This dick got to be seen. It's cool.
I'm sorry. Who's ever described? You look at my dick. It's cool.
Yeah, my dick is cool. It's a cool dick. It's not one of those ugly motherfuckers. This is a cool dick. Smoke cigarettes and everything.
Who's ever described it like that?
What, the dick is being cool? My dick is cool. Cool, right? Cool.
Yeah, man, I'm cool.
It's more like, yeah, man, I'm cool as shit. As it hits blunt. Has sunglasses on.
But no, man, I don't want to go to work today. Oh,
damn! Pat McAfee and Vince are going long.
I know. They've been on what? 15
about
minutes?
an hour.
They've been on for about an hour now.
Yeah.
So we should probably end the show.
Yeah, since we won the war against Vince. We won. We won in our demographic. Our usual showed up. But I bet you they're watching Vince on the side as well. Same difference. We won in our demo.
So thanks again for watching. So like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Follow us on our socials. What way am I pointing? There. And we'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow with Warriors Retro. Me and Marcus will both be back on Saturday for the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. I'm putting
the most unwatched podcast on the channel. You sons of bitches, and I mean that with all due respect. Watch the damn show on Saturday. Although currently that may get more views than what we did on Tuesday.
No, it's got 50 views.
What? The Tuesday show?
Yeah.
Saturday's got 35.
So watch both shows. And then keep an eye out for whenever Smack to the Future comes out.
Smack to the Future coming soon. Also, I don't know what to call the show, but it's the Untitled Jamal show, I guess. At this point. I don't really have a name.
Everything else. Everything else.
Everything in wrestling, who knows?
The world. The rest.
The world. The world of wrestling.
The rest of that shit.
Maybe we call it the world of wrestling, like Warcraft, but wrestling.
So you're trying to steal the World of Warcraft? Maybe you put WoW in it. Maybe people will think it's a World of Warcraft podcast.
Pick up each time.
Yep.
No, it is. I'm an ogre, guys. And here's my elf.
So we'll be back. See you when we see you.
See you next Tuesday. I feel like
Sucker!